Hi, Taurus. I hope you guys are doing great today. To get right into your reading for the 8th to the 14th. So I'm going to be doing a general spread, then I'm going to break it out into career, money, and then I'll go into relationship. I will timestamp below. You don't have to hang out for the whole thing if you don't want to. Understand, life has to be lived. So Taurus, a lot going on between your 7th and your 10th house. A lot going on between relationship, career, negotiation. I'm going to break it out, for in the different sections, how this can end up manifesting for you. But for now, let's just see what we have going on, lay the land going on here. Whoop. So right now you're in the King of Swords energy. You might be having a really hard time keeping your emotions out of something. You're not feeling very emotional about something, right? Could be. Right. I mean, because the King of Swords, first of all, swords are air, it's truth. It's, it's also mental, right? Staying in that mental realm, right? Because the King of Swords in the upright is about staying chill, keeping your heart out of it. In the reverse, it's really hard to do that, right? Very hard. And some of you, Taurus, you may be having a hard time being very honest right now. Now, I'm not saying that you are intentionally lying. You may be even sort of withholding a truth from yourself subconsciously, because the reality is we have the 10 of Wands as your challenge right now. You're feeling very overwhelmed and you might not want to actually embrace that. It's like something is very overwhelming. Something is not feeling right to you anymore, whether it has to do with a relationship, a job. You're feeling almost like your shoes are on the wrong feet, like you're putting a lot of effort into something that it's like, if you're really honest with yourself, really honest, you're just not resonating with it anymore. Now, this 10 of Wands can certainly be inciting this energy where it is hard for you to not be emotional about something, because it's almost like you've reached a peak having to do with something. And I just want to say the most challenging days of this week by far are going to be Wednesday and Thursday. So this energy can be quite heightened. I do want to just say, having to do with anything from a serious relationship and where your relationship is going in your life, or some sort of contract and something going on in your career. As we have that Mercury Mars is going to be is going to be squaring Saturn and the Moon. So Mercury Mars is going to be in that 7th house of contracts and relationship, and Saturn and the Moon on the 10th are going to be in your 10th house of career, public reputation, standing in the world, as well as your long-term goals. So, when that Mercury and Mars are going to be conjunct in that 10th house, there's going to be a lot of aggressive energy in there. What's going on in this relationship? Where are we going? What's happening here? Or it could even be that kind of energy in your career, right? And then we have the Moon is going to be conjunct Saturn on the 11th as well, in that energy of career. So we have some tension. There's some tension. The Sun is going to be squaring the Moon and Jupiter on the 10th into the 11th, but the Sun and Jupiter are going to be squaring the whole rest of the week. So the Sun is very fiery. It's that focus, and square is tension, and Jupiter is about your ability to expand. So that's happening between that 7th house of contracts, 10th house career, 7th house of marriage, 10th house of long-term goals, right? We do, at the end of the week, we have Mars and Mercury going to be sextiling Venus, though, between your 7th and your 9th house. We also have the Sun is sextiling Pluto. So those energies between your 7th and your 9th house can actually incite kind of like a little like sweet kiss at the end of the week to sort of alleviate a lot of the tension that's going on. But there's definitely this need for change. Very good energy to negotiate at the very end of the week than anything that needs to be negotiated. I would prefer to go until like the 14th into the 15th, really, if we're looking at dates. But initially coming into this energy, you are feeling overwhelmed about something. It's almost like you're saying, I can't do this job anymore. I can't be in this relationship anymore. I just can't do it. It's freaking me the hell out, right? As a 4 of Swords is like coming into this energy. It's like sitting back for perspective and saying, okay, I need to strategize differently. This isn't working. I need to figure out a different strategy here because I really want to be happy, and I'm not, not happy here. Not maybe you. So we have the Ace of Pentacles as the basis of the situation, and it's working with the 10 of Cups. So a lot of you would just like, look, I need a new job because I'm not happy anymore. I'm not able to manifest what I want in my life because of where I'm at. Others of you are recognizing that you absolutely need this new beginning. or at least you need to be shown how to achieve a new beginning in that relationship. So for some of you, maybe that's family, that's counseling, family counseling, couples counseling, whatever it is, just doing some deep shadow work, whatever it is. But ace could also be a brand new connection, because this 10 of cups in reverse, this does indicate family trouble. This can indicate, if it's not family trouble, it could be a broken marriage. It could be, and obviously that's going to affect other parts of your life, or it could just be not feeling connected to something challenging going on within your family unit, anything like that. But there's this need for new, right? I mean, that is the basis here. You pushing forward, like, again, almost like this feeling of being squeezed. So we have the Knight of Wands as the advice energy. So this is a nice energy in that it's telling you, fire yourself up, right? Allow things to come to you, because this is about, events speeding up, blocks being lifted, decisions coming in an area that you've been waiting for, and you being very fired up to make stuff happen. So if you feel like in any way you have been either procrastinating, either tweaking what you do for money in a way where you're going to end up being happier if you make those adjustments, those changes, whether it's tweaking what you're doing now, getting that new job, whatever it is, or addressing whatever needs addressing in that relationship. The energy here is like, no, stand behind what your emotions are and go after that. So the external energy that you're dealing with, this is not you, it's an external energy, is a Page of Wands. So you might be dealing with somebody who, on the one hand, for some of you, this can manifest as somebody who's immature in relationship, and they're a bit of a player energy. For others of you, this is somebody who's offering you something in relationship, but it's, I'm going to say, a little underwhelming. It's not so much that it's underwhelming, though. It's more like not what you really wanted. But you're still into it, but it's not exactly what you wanted. It's really, you feel like something's missing. Or this could have to do with somebody coming in who's very, very excited to hire you for a new position. So any of that, which, however this is going to resonate. Your challenge, though, is being able to balance everything out, because the Lover's energy is about choice. So you may be having a hard time making up your mind regarding some sort of situation. You need to make the change in that situation, but you really seriously can't make up your mind. For some of you, you may be if this has to do with relationship, you may be questioning the capability of the person that you're in relationship with, as far as their ability to work things out with you. Because that is the Lover's energy. Lover's energy is like, look, we have stuff that we have to work through, and we have the choice to walk away or to work at it. If we work at it, we have to both be in it equally, and then we'll have the blessing of Archangel Raphael. Some of you may be like, I don't know if I want to work at this anymore. I don't know if I want to put all this energy into this relationship. I don't know if this person's going to work it out with me. I don't know if I want to do this job anymore. I don't know if I feel very connected to this situation. And asking all of these big existential questions. But then we have in the near future the Three of Swords in reverse, which is about recovery. So this is recovery after loss. So if you lost your job, or if you quit your job, or if you made a decision to transition out of a relationship, something like that, this is you moving forward in a good way. This is literally healing and bringing and manifesting, bringing things on for yourself. Then we have the Five of Wands in reverse, which is, again, moving on, forgiveness, hope returning, getting past something. So some of you may be getting a new job offer that's going to help you sort of be pulled out of this stuckness that you feel. You may be meeting a new end, whether it's work, whether it's relationship. For some of you, if you're in some sort of business negotiation, maybe you're meeting a new investor, a new lawyer, somebody who's going to be able to pull you out of a particular situation that you may be in. Yes. Okay. So that's that. Let's specifically pull for career. Over it. Taurus. And it's not that you hate what you're doing. I don't feel like that. It's too much. Or you feel like you're working for not enough money, right? The amount of energy and time that you're putting into something, you're just simply not getting back what you feel like you deserve. Whatever it is, it's overwhelming. And it's very difficult, like, especially when we get this with a career or money situation, because what this can also incite is a lot of busyness. So that's why a lot of times I do reference this as a catch-22 energy, where it's like, you know what you have to do, you do. You could sit down and write down exactly what you have to do, but then comes the pragmatics of, how do I actually make that humanly possible given the life that I'm living now? Do you know what I mean? It's the kind of thing where it's like, well, I have to work the hours I'm working, and I don't have time to look for that other job or to start that project, because as it turns out, there aren't 37 hours in a day, and I am only human. So that could be, sort of what you're feeling now. But like, if this isn't challenging enough, let's see what's showing up as your challenge. Your patience. Yes. I mean, yeah, absolutely. The Seven of Pentacles. This is about hard work paying off, but needing to be patient, knowing that there's potential for success, but you have to be patient and allowing things to roll out as they need to. But I'm getting this feeling, Taurus, I can't explain it, where it's almost like this get me out of here kind of energy. This, I can't do this anymore. Like, seriously, everybody, I need to make this change. Yeah, look at this. Unbelievable. How the cards, see? Cards are unbelievable. Five of Swords coming into this energy. The reality that you're living right now is not in alignment with the reality that you want to live. And it's not because of you. There are other circumstances that are playing out here that are, I'm not going to say that you are a victim to it. I'm just going to say that it is about, there is this clash of desire and reality. And it's this tension and that ongoing conflict that you're not going to be able to win. And it's because whatever's going on right now, it's if it's another person, you can't mitigate their stuff. If it's extenuating circumstances having to do with maybe a lawsuit or a job that you're in, something like that, there's nothing, you don't have the power. Whatever it is, it's like you don't have the power to control it. So you're better off, no matter how loud you yell, no matter how you try to negotiate something, it doesn't matter. You coming into this energy, it's like, look, I have to just accept that this is the way it is. But meanwhile, you're feeling overwhelmed because you are not living in alignment with what it is that you want to live, having to do with your career or some sort of financial situation that's going on. So we have the basis of the situation and the current situation working together here, the King of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Now, the King of Wands, this is an energy of wanting to be a free spirit, wanting to express yourself, kind of really go after something. It's a Cancer and Leo energy. Cancer is very concerned about feeling grounded, rooted, safe, and secure. And Leo is about serving self in a very creative way, doing something creative that you really love, right? Doing something that you want to do. But you can easily get wrapped up in the idea of something needing to be perfect. Like, understand nothing is perfect. So you maybe want to, just to kind of bring that to yourself. Nothing's perfect, but it's better. I just need something better than where I'm at right now. That might be a very kind of a good mindset to sort of adopt right now, because nothing's perfect and you're not perfect, right? Nothing is. But we do have this idea of the Page of Pentacles, which does indicate a new job. So there may be an offer coming in that you may be like, okay, maybe it's not everything that I wanted, but I'm into it. I'm still into it. Or maybe it's not what I want right now, but I feel like I'm going to be able to grow into it, right? But whatever it is, it's you wanting to be a free spirit. Now, some of you may be like, that's it. I want to just open my own business. I want to do my own thing. I want to start my own fill in the blank. I want to go in my own direction. But some of you may be in this space where time might be an issue. More than anything, I'm feeling. More than anything. So what is the advice energy? Oh my gosh, is the Sun. Just know everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to. This is success in a position through which you can make more money coming to you. You're getting a lot of deserved acknowledgement. Enjoy it, enjoy it. The external energy that you're dealing with, having to do with career, wants everything for you. This is so nice. This is a Jupiter and Pisces energy. So Jupiter is that ninth house. It rules the ruler of the ninth house, which has to do with some having to do with publishing, launching, advertising, marketing, negotiating. You're sitting down negotiating something. And this somebody is going to be bringing something very sweet to your door here, some sort of really nice offer, but somebody who's rooting for you. They're on your side here, Taurus, which is really nice. Now, your challenge, though, is the Six of Wands. How come? Why? This is about deserved success. This is a great energy if you've been struggling lately, but you might be in this space where it's like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, don't get in your way. Don't create. Okay. No. There's so much good energy that wants to come in, but I feel this energy of like trepidation where it's like something comes in, you're like, I'm not sure if it's exactly what I want, or I'm not sure how I feel about them. I'm not, no. Listen, if you're in this 10 of Wands with this Five of Swords, something new needs to happen, and it's good. It's meant to happen. We have the Four of Cups in the near future. And the reason I'm saying this is because the Four of Cups, this is an energy that can create a little bit of like restlessness, right, in the near future, boredom, feeling very apathetic. Oh, am I ever going to be in anything that I'm really into? Am I ever going to make the money that I really want to make? Am I ever going to, this isn't going to work out because of this, and this. And I don't think it's going to work out because of that, and that, right? And you're just absolutely feeling this energy in the near future. But the final outcome is the Knight of Wands, and you being very fired up, and influences speeding up, blocks being lifted, decisions coming in. Very nice movement forward. Nothing to be mad at here. Four of Wands, beautiful. Getting acknowledgement for something that you do, something that you're doing, particularly for those of you who are doing any sort of creative endeavor, something being appreciated by somebody. Whatever it is, though, it's going to help incite a foundation of stability. Seven of Wands, the World. Let's just pull all the energies and bring it together so that we get a full message. Two of Cups. Yes, this is very nice. So we have the Seven of Wands in the World. So the Seven of Wands is all about defending yourself, right? Drawing a line in the sand, your moral code, your personal philosophy being super important to you right now. This is Mars and Leo energy. But the World energy, it's like a lesson that you're learning. You're learning what it is that you need in order to be happy in life. So it's not only about, you have to resonate with what you're doing, but you also have to have money. You're a Taurus energy, for goodness sake. You're the landlord of the second house of the money that we make from the work that we do. So, you're learning that's got to be strategized in a particular way. So then it's like, once you recognize that, we have this Eight of Wands, which is so nice because this is good news coming in. Lots of busy communication. This is great if you've been feeling held back, waiting for that decision to come in. This is good news having to do with growth, right? This is like very much a growth energy, because it's Mercury and Sagittarius, right? So Mercury is all about getting business done, solving problems, communicating. Let's talk about what we need to do. It's third and sixth house energy, right? That's very much like bottom line working energy and moving forward with integrity. Very nice energy. And then we have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess, this is all about justice and judgment in numerology. So justice can indicate a very positive contract coming in, which is great. And the Judgment energy can indicate acknowledgement for your success coming in and finances improving. So really nice energy there. Tapping into that wisdom, very nice energy. Two of Cups, great energy for negotiation as well. It was called Two of Cups, a positive conversation, joining forces, coming together in a way where it's very mutual and you guys have like the same idea, and so working together, and you being circled by an energy of support. And 3 is also the number of creation. So this indicates a new cycle, and is also healing. And it's because you're going to be circled by a lot of supportive energy right now. So really nice stuff. I do like that. And for those of you who are needing to, again, have any sort of conversation regarding negotiating, I do like the end of the week a lot better having to do with that. Not loving the 10th and 11th, not loving it, not saying that you can't do it. Just be mindful that whatever conversations you're going to be having might be a little trippy that Wednesday and Thursday. Again, so if you could avoid it, definitely do. Okay. Let's put it to. I just generally, the moon in Aquarius, it's too easy to sort of like disconnect. And the moon's going to be in Aquarius Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then it goes into Pisces later on. And then it's going to be in Pisces on Saturday. So personally, I like when the moon is in Capricorn to talk about work stuff, and that's going to be the 8th and the 9th, Monday and Tuesday. So if you could do Monday, Tuesday, or then like Saturday, that would be better. I know a lot of businesses aren't like open on Saturday. I don't know. With COVID though, since that, who knows? Everybody's open all the time. So now we're going into relationships, my friends. 9 of Pentacles right now is where you're at. You're being challenged by the 2 of Cups. Okay. You have to look at where you are feeling in an emotional stalemate in your relationship. Interesting. So we have 3 cups coming into this energy. Nice. I mean, this is about feeling encircled by supportive energy. This is about creation. This is a great card for starting a fresh cycle in a relationship. And you guys know what I mean. Those of you who've been together for a long time know relationships are very cyclical, right? And so it's almost like you guys are starting a new cycle of energy, or it could indicate a new relationship, or you just having a lot of support surrounding you. So we have the 9 of Pentacles as the current situation of where you're at right now, which is about doing a lot of work on yourself. You're very focused on self. You focus on advancing yourself, being the healthiest version of yourself. A lot of you may be very actively working on your health. You know, you may be actively, because while these squares are going on, it's actually also trining your 6th house of health. So a lot of you just might be very focused on that, being very healthy physically, emotionally, mentally. Focus on your work, because there is a lot of trine energy to that 6th house. But your challenge here is this 2 of Cups energy. So this could be some sort of disagreement. For some of you, you may be in separation. Some of you may have even broken up, right? This being the challenge. Or if you guys are together, you're just feeling not as supported as you would like in the relationship. You know, it's almost like for some of you, I feel like you're almost feeling a little too independent, you know, understanding that has to be like more interdependence in a healthy relationship. But you may be feeling like I have to be on my own and take care of myself and focus on my money and focus on my body and my sense of self and just focus on me, because you're not feeling like you're getting support from your relationship. So a lot of you may be feeling like that, which can be uncomfortable depending on where you're at. Some of you are just like, I don't get support. I'm doing me and whatever, however it all falls, right? I mean, and that may just be exactly what you need to do right now, because these other energies are actually really good. We have the star energy as the foundation, which is beautiful. I mean, this is you destined to be with a particular person. Listen, for those of you who are in a space where, keeping it real, you might be hanging with your friends, 9 of Pentacles, you're doing some solid shadow work, and your challenges, you're just not meeting anybody new. But it's time to meet your soulmate and focus on happiness. For those of you not with anybody, for others, straight up, that's a straight up like quick read of those, for those of you who are single, but you're in an emotional stalemate, even though you're surrounded by like new energy coming in, but your challenges and feeling very focused, right? Regarding fairness, feeling like, you know, things are fair, right? And you might be just taking a step out and realizing like, I'm not even sure what I actually even want in a relationship. That's for those of you who are single. For those of you in relationship though, right? You working on you, you're doing you, right? But we have this star energy. So the star, I do like this is the basis again, because this is about hope and guidance and a change for the better after a difficult time. Because right now there is a lot of focus coming from you on your happiness. You're just very focused on that, manifesting whatever it is. For some of you, it's a new romance. For others of you, it's this new cycle. You're just focused on being happy. But I do feel like underneath it, there's a sub-narrative where you may not be feeling as supported as you'd like. And that may be the very thing that's creating this emotional stalemate that you need to look at. which is the Two of Swords. You know, it's this Moon and Libra energy. Moon is emotions, Libra is like the scales, right? I don't know, this, that, I'm not sure what's fair, what's not, how is this all supposed to be, right? Libra is also the energy of the seventh house of marriage and of serious relationships. But the thing is, you, on the one hand, you want to protect yourself. But the thing is, this energy is telling me you have to speak your mind. You have to say what you feel, what you need, because whatever situation is going on here is not going to go away on its own. So you're better off saying what you need to say because your future depends on it, right? However you handle this particular time period is going to end up informing how you're going to be moving forward. Now, you might be dealing, your partner might, if you're with a partner, maybe they're starting a new job. The energy of a new job might be encircling you right now, right? If it's literally the Ace of Pentacles. But this has to do with an energy that's external to you. This is not you. So Pentacles is also mental, physical, and emotional connection. So you might be communicating with somebody new online, or maybe you met somebody new through work. But it is this idea of newness. And again, ace could also always mean, because it's ridiculous to say it's brand new for everybody, it may be a new cycle, right, within a relationship. And for those of you who are together for a long time, it might be the kind of situation where you went through some challenges and now you're in this new cycle of the relationship, same relationship, new cycle. And that new cycle, like what's the thesis of this new cycle is kind of like the responsibilities within the relationship have changed. Like maybe one of you is paying for more things now, or somebody's doing more than the other now, or there's this difference in who does what. But I feel like you're not completely comfortable with it because your challenge isn't feeling like things are actually fair. You're feeling like things are not fair. You're not feeling very much like your emotional needs are being met in some way, right? And you might be having a really hard time being completely honest with yourself about it, being completely honest about the imbalance, be completely honest about the lack of fairness, because it's in your internal psychology, you know? So balance and fairness being really important to look at right now, your emotional needs being really important to look at right now, but you being like, I don't know. You know, but, and this is associated with the high priestess as well. So you might not even be talking about it. I wouldn't be surprised. You're just sort of keeping it to yourself. You may be low key, not so low key, stepping back for perspective here, having to do with relationship. This is Jupiter and Leo energy, right? I mean, you really want romance. You want to feel connected. You want to feel that love. You want to feel that friendship. So you're stepping back for perspective because you're trying to figure out a better strategy for moving forward in this situation having to do with the relationship. Because a lot of you are like, look, I'm not sure if I'm feeling this because they're not doing A, B, and C. And some of you are in this space where you're feeling rather apathetic, maybe even restless. Some of you just feeling like, I don't know. You know, is this the right one? Is this the right thing? Will I ever meet the one? Will it ever be fill in the blank? But you have to recognize that there may be some sort of unhealed issue that's cooking within you, that's being poked at anyway. I'll give you a mundane example here is like, let's say you were with a partner who typically paid for most everything. And now all of a sudden you're being made to pay for most everything. And you're in this situation where it's like, you might feel like they have more than you. And there's just this lack of equity, right? Where you're paying the same amount as them, and maybe they're making more money than you. I'm just giving this as an example. And you want to be with them, but you're in this space where it's like, wow. So this is not working out for me. I don't feel like this is fair, right? And that may be true, right? So there's truth to that. But what is it poking at inside of you? Your ability to feel very secure in this foundation. You may be feeling very vulnerable because of what's being asked of you right now. You may be feeling very insecure in the connection because of what's being asked of you. So I'm just giving that as a basic example. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like things are changing. So we have the Hermit energy, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Knight of Swords, Death and Rebirth, Seven of Pentacles, and the Sun. Oh yeah, someone's got to change. I feel like you're going to be putting your foot down here because the Hermit energy is Virgo, right? And so you might be dealing with the Virgo, but the Hermit energy in relationship is really about, if you're in a relationship, it's recognizing that things have to be, I'm not even to say so much handled differently, but need to be given more energy. Somebody's got to try a lot harder. right? It's time to invest more energy and work to smooth over any issue that needs addressing for those of you in relationship. For those of you who are feeling sort of very apathetic about relationship, in general, going back to those of you who are single, you're looking at the common denominator in past relationships and saying, okay, I don't want to do that anymore because I don't want to repeat mistakes. But clarifying this is the Five of Pentacles, which is the sense of lack. Some of you may literally, going back to that example that I gave, that might be resonating with some of you, like quite literally, because you're afraid for money and somebody is not helping you out where they can, or not pulling their weight in the way that they can. That this could certainly be, because the Five of Pentacles can feel like your resources are feeling tested, or you at least have fear of financial issues. Even if your money is okay, you have this, it's almost like a lack mentality because you're fearing losing your security. For some of you, for others of you, you're dealing with the aftermath of a breakup. Right, that Hermit energy can indicate being alone, and the Five of Pentacles can indicate being in that, dealing in the aftermath of that breakup and feeling like you're just dealing with these obstacles. Right, the Seven of Wands energies is Mars and Leo energy. That this could certainly be this kind of thing where you feel very strongly like you need to defend yourself. Some of you may even feel like you need to maybe defend your children or defend your family. It could be defending a group of people, but regardless, it's about you being very kind of dug in a healthy way to your personal philosophy and your morals and your belief in what's right and not. And you drawing this line in the sand saying like, look, this is okay, that's not okay. Like this is really calling out some element of unfairness, I do feel like. And then we have that's being clarified by the Nine of Swords, which is expect the unexpected, unpredictable roller coaster energy, sudden truths coming out, underlying conflicts being exposed. Now, Taurus, this could be really confusing for some of you or a huge relief, because some of you might be like, see, I knew they felt like that. Or I knew that was the truth. Or some of you are going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? What? And it has to do with this idea of Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is this, you draw the line in the sand and maybe the response that you get is like, what are you talking about? And that can end up inciting a huge change, because then we have the death and rebirth, which does indicate, at least for now, an ending. At least in the way things were, because whatever was going on up to this point, it was not the right thing. It was not good up to this point, right? So you guys could find each other again in the future, right? Because remember, death and rebirth, there is a rebirth on the other side of it, if you so choose. The rebirth on the other side could be rebirthing with somebody else, right? It doesn't have to be with that energy. But clarifying that is the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is being very patient, putting a lot of energy, being very patient though, not giving up on something. Because clarifying that is the Sun. It is happiness. It is, beautiful connection. But this is a major arcana, so the death and rebirth does indicate that. Now, for some of you, in relationship, there might be a move going on, an unexpected move. I have to say that. Some sort of shocking, unexpected move, because it certainly can mean that. But it being a good thing. See, whatever change happens here in the death and rebirth, whether it's a change in the status of the relationship or whether it's a move, it's going to ultimately end up being a good thing. Just don't judge it by its initial energy, like in the near future. You have to be patient. You're going to have to put a lot of work into something, but you're going to really be very happy. But something rolled out in a way where something is going to be rolling out in a way that you weren't expecting it. So that is what I have for those of you in relationship. Let's just pull a couple of oracles. In general for our Taurus friends. Healing, sadness, have faith. Orphans, yeah, I keep feeling this lack of, this lack of support. You're feeling a great lack of support. something is not for you. Treasure Island, get in touch with what you really feel. It's deep within you, Taurus. Treasure Island means down deep in your emotions, things that you don't want to look at, right? The sea turtle goes down and pulls up that treasure chest of love, of desire, of what you offer to a situation. It's bringing it up. And you have to have faith in that. You have to have faith and belief in, okay, how can I say, don't talk yourself out of what it is that you ultimately know would be the right thing for you in relationship, because it's not the reality that you're living right now. And be very, very honest with yourself. And you may feel very sad, because it does seem like some of you are getting those very visceral messages that something that you're in is really ultimately not for you, because you feel very alone in it. You just don't feel the level of connection that you would really like to feel, and you can't not look at that anymore. So this has to be addressed. It has to be addressed in one way or another. However that turns out, everybody's situation is going to be different, because your charts are all different, right? But that is the energy that's coming up for you, my friends, for this particular week. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.